Hi guys, happy Friday. So today in this video I wanted to share with you guys how I have recently gotten the Invisalign braces. I want to tell you how I've liked it so far. I've been wearing them for 2 weeks. I have my new ones to put on here on camera. I have not put them in yet, so I don't know how tight they are going to fit. And just kind of my experience with braces. I have had a long dental history. So growing up, when I was real young, we found out that I had an underbite, and what that means is that my bottom teeth went over my top teeth. So my top teeth were behind my bottom teeth, and just when I smiled, it didn't look necessarily right. So not only did I have an underbite, but I also developed a big gap in between my top two teeth. I don't even want to look back at pictures, so I don't have any pictures from that point, but I became very insecure about my smile, and my parents knew that from a young age. So I went to an orthodontist. I think I was maybe 10 or 11 when I started, and they said with the underbite it can end up causing complications, so that is something we should fix, as well as getting braces. Now I was old enough that I did not have any more baby teeth. I had all my adult teeth by the time I started doing these procedures. So the first thing I did was I got spacers put in between my two back teeth. I'm not 100% sure why they did that, but that's something that they did. And it was like two or four, I'm not sure, rubber pieces that they put in between your back teeth to kind of space it out. And I was like, oh, this is super easy. And I think I had to keep those for like 2 weeks. Then I got an expander. And what an expander is, and if you don't know what it is and you have an underbite and you possibly want to consider getting it fixed, I suggest looking it up. Then again, they might not use this anymore, but I had an expander, and it's something they put in your upper palate, and you actually have to get a key and kind of crank it ever so often, and it expands your upper teeth to go over your bottom teeth. And when I was writing my blog post, which I'll link below, I started googling it just to kind of refresh my memory about it, because it has been over 10 years since I have had it. It was pretty funny, some of the YouTube comments. One comment about it said it was a medieval torture device. It wasn't painful all the time, but there was a few times when my mom would crank the key in my mouth and it hurt quite a bit. So I think I had that for a couple months, and it fully expanded my teeth and it fixed my underbite. So then I had to get braces, and yes, I had the kind that they had to cement to your teeth. Overall, it wasn't that painful considering I had been through an expander already. So braces for me was kind of easy. I did have to have a sleeping device with mine though, and it's totally embarrassing. It's the kind that made like a C shape, so part of it connected to my forehead and the other part connected to my chin, and I had to take rubber bands each night and connect it out of my mouth to help pull my teeth forward. And it was super embarrassing. Although it was a very pretty color of purple, still super embarrassing. I don't even fully remember how long I had to wear that. And I think for me too, the material irritated my skin, so I had to put like a piece of tissue in between each part that touched my face so my skin wouldn't break out. Thankfully, that did not last long, and I have no pictures from that time. So right before my braces got taken off, I had to have a little minor surgery up here. I don't even know what it's called. I'm not an orthodontist. But they had to like detach something up here or snip something up here so that my front teeth could completely close, and that actually wasn't painful at all. They numbed it. It took less than 20 minutes. It was pretty expensive. My parents had to pay like $280 right there on the spot, and I still remember my dad's face. He was not very pleased, and it's now a fun joke that me and him talk about. It wasn't funny at the time though. So I got my braces taken off. I remember the first thing I did when I got my braces taken off is I went and got the biggest form of bubble gum that I could get. I enjoyed having my braces off. I did have a permanent bottom retainer, and I had to wear a top retainer at night. And I did pretty good for the first part of getting my braces taken off. I think even up to a year I did pretty well. But then my family went on vacation, and you don't have to wear a retainer on vacation, right? That is wrong. I ended up staying up late at night with my best friend and my sister, watching movies and eating junk food, and starting then is when I got out of the habit of not wearing my top retainer, and then just gradually over time I stopped wearing it completely. And I think I was 14 or 15 at that time. So fast forward to last year, I was 26, and I could tell from eating something, I don't remember what I was eating, but it was putting a lot of pressure on my bottom retainer. So I had had this retainer in for over 10 years now, and finally it just broke. I had to go to the dentist and they didn't feel comfortable taking it off, so they sent me to an orthodontist. Now, I had already had some lack of self-confidence in my teeth because I was already starting to notice the gap in my front teeth was starting to come back. My orthodontist from the past did say that my teeth would shift some, so I was expecting that, but I felt like the gap was getting bigger and bigger, and it was kind of making me, like I said, a little self-conscious about my smile. My husband and I had already talked about possibly trying to fix that before, and with the expander breaking, we knew that probably we're gonna have to fix it. The dentist said the first orthodontist I went to said that I would need braces again, and I did not really want to have the kind cemented to my teeth again. And I remember after that, I don't know if it was just not a good day for me, but it was pretty emotional when I got that taken off. I was crying quite a bit because I had wished I had just wore my top retainer and not had to get braces all over again. So if you wear a retainer at night, always wear it. Don't slack off, even on vacation. That is something that I have learned, and if I could go back, I would still be wearing it now. So I ended up checking a couple other orthodontists, and finally I found one that said that Invisalign would work for me. I know a little bit about Invisalign, but not a whole bunch, so I did a little research. We got it priced, we could afford it, so I got Invisalign braces. And I have worn my first pair, and it's pretty easy. If you have wore a retainer before with braces, it pretty much feels like that. The first time I put mine on, I did feel a little bit of pressure the first few days, which the orthodontist did tell me about. And I have to take it in and out every time I eat or drink something besides water, which gets a little annoying. And I have to be honest, there was one day I actually forgot to put it back in for like 3 hours, so I am not the greatest at putting them in all the time yet, but I am working on it. You get 2 cases. You get one for the previous case, so I will put the ones I've been wearing in this one, and I give it back to the orthodontist, which I'm glad about, that I don't have to keep these. They even told me that if I get really sick one week and can't wear it a whole lot, that we could just go back a week and wear the ones I wore last time. So that's good that I can re-wear old ones if I need to. And then I just keep the ones that I wear for 2 weeks in here. My plan is, I believe every 2 weeks I will get a different set of Invisalign braces to wear. So these are the ones that I currently have. I have not put them in yet, so I guess we can put them in right now. Also, real quick, like I said, it's like a top retainer. I haven't had any problem speaking. I remember when I first put them in, I was really self-conscious. Now I do have a little bit of a hard time saying words with S's, or I just feel like I have to take more time to say them. But let's see how these go in. This is my second tray that I'm putting in. So I have them in. I can tell it's a little bit tighter. My mouth, I felt self-conscious saying the sound. My mouth, I feel a little tightness on my teeth more than I did the other one, which is good. It shows it's moving my teeth more. This is what my teeth look like when I smile with Invisalign in. You can't even really tell. You can tell I feel a little bit if you get up close, but it's not that bad. You can tell if you have braces anyway. So I will wear these for 2 weeks and then get another tray. It's looking like I'm gonna have to go to the orthodontist once a month for her to check it and to make sure everything's going right. And I also will get my trays for that month and give her the past trays that I've had. So, and in case any of you guys are wondering, it does say in the case optimal wear is 22 hours a day. Now I did not meet that every single day, and my teeth are still moving pretty well. I was able to put my new tray in, so my best advice for this is just do the best you can. So I'm sharing this video with you guys because I would really like to track my progress and kind of give you guys my Invisalign experience if you guys are considering getting it for yourself. So far, I think it's been relatively easy. It's been honestly a little annoying constantly having to take it in and out, especially when you go to restaurants, but it's just something I have to get used to. I'm hoping if I get new trays every 2 weeks, I can possibly be done in January. So it's just a couple months that you have to do this, at least for my teeth. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or tips about Invisalign, please leave them below. I would love to hear, especially if you have any tips about things to do or how your experience went. And subscribe to my channel if you guys want to see more videos about my Invisalign experience. Bye guys!